So I am, unfortunately, a straight woman, like disgustingly heterosexual. Like I still like men. Like I like the feel of a man. I like the smell of a man. I like when men met, right? So disgustingly heterosexual, disgustingly. And because I am disgustingly heterosexual, there are going to be conversations that are had within the LGBTQIA community for which I am going to feel like I have a point of view that's valid. But I can appreciate that my view of that community is limited. It's limited based on my experience because I still navigate the world as a heterosexual woman. And because I navigate the world as a heterosexual woman, I have privileges when we talk about people in the world relative to sexuality. So even if somebody from the LGBTQIA community is saying something is homophobic, transphobic, in any way, even if my vantage point doesn't say that's what it feels like to me, I have enough self-awareness to understand that I am limited in my ability to understand the nuances of it because I am straight. I need white people to have that same level of humility when it comes to the issue of race, right? You are a white person in a dominant culture that has put whiteness above everybody else. So there are going to be conversations and things that other white people do that you are not going to be able to recognize the racism in it, the aggression in it, the shade of it all in it. You're not going to be able to recognize it because you are part of the dominant group. And so it would serve you to have some humility that when somebody white does something and somebody black says, I heard the tone in that. I heard the inference made there. Maybe exercise a little humility to understand that you are limited in your view because you don't belong to that group. And that I am limited in how much I'm going to understand homophobia because I don't belong to that group. I'm going to miss some of the tone and nuances that straight people engage in that I'm just going to miss because I am straight, that a gay person will not miss. Now, the reason why I could do that is because I recognize that there's a gap in understanding, but for me, there is no gap in empathy. A lot of you miss the gap in understanding because you inherently have an empathy gap. Yeah. That's why when black people say the tone of that was wrong, the expression of that was inferring something that maybe you didn't mean to infer, but it inferred it anyway. And the reason why you can't hear it from us because you have both a gap of understanding, but more importantly, you have a gap in your empathy. Now, I wrote a book to help you understand how that gap shows up so that if you want to be a person that doesn't have the gap in empathy, even if you have the gap in understanding, you can go to my link tree and you can purchase the book. If you want to have an even deeper understanding of how you engage with empathy in the world around you, also in my link tree is a thing called the Empathy Scorecard. And if you really want to do the self-work of understanding, is the gap because I have an empathy gap within myself? There is a self-empathy scorecard. All of those things are in the bio. Now, after you read the book, if you want to continue the work of making sure that you are mindful, demure, cutesy about never having that gap again, there's a study guide. All of those things are listed for you. Avail of them. Happy Monday.